Hey besties, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Amanda and I typically read, but today I have another vlog for you. I am going to attempt to bring you guys along for the entire last week that I am in this apartment. And right now it is pure chaos. Even just in the bedroom. These are all of my comic books. And then I will show you the state of the rest of the apartment shortly. But I do have some errands to go run. So let's hop in the car and I will see you there. We are now in the car. I am about to run a couple of errands real quick because Asen just went to his mom's house for the rest of the day. He is going to like take her shopping and stuff for the week. So I kind of have the house to myself for a few hours. It's like 4:30. So yeah, I have a couple of errands to run. I have to go to the dispensary to pick up some medicine. And I also have to go to Bath and Body Works to pick up an order because I got some soap with their sale yesterday. So yeah, it is also so hot today. I don't know if you can literally like see, I do have moisturizer on, but like the rest of the sheen on my face is definitely sweat. Anyways, let's drive to the stores. I am also listening to Irresponsible Puck Boy by Eden Finley and Saxon James. This is the second book in the Puck Boys series and I'm not gonna lie, I'm loving it. I'm at Bath and Body Works. I'm gonna go in and grab my order real quick, but I wanted to chat about this book real quick. There's so many hilarious tropes in it, and the authors are obviously not taking the stories in this series very seriously. This one is hilarious. Like, the premise is so funny. The basic premise is that there are obviously two guys. They're both hockey players? Question mark? But they are best friends, like long-term best friends. One of the best friends has been in a semi-long-term relationship with a girl. He was featured in the first book. Every time he talked about his girlfriend, it was a complaint because she really wants to get married and she keeps pressuring him to get married and he's like, oh, I don't want to, and blah, blah, blah. So at the beginning of this book, you find out that the other best friend is madly in love with this best friend, the one whose girlfriend is trying to pressure him to get married. And the one who's being pressured to get married is also like an idiot. Like, literally half of his personality in the book is to be an idiot, like a himbo. I guess they either live in Las Vegas or they're in Las Vegas for some reason. Anyway, so the idiot one is kind of joking around, like, you know what really helps when you're trying to face your fears? Practicing, like trying to get over your fears by exposure. And so he decides to, there are literally people across from me and I'm like, are you watching me? This is so embarrassing. Anyways, he's like, you know, the best way to get over your fears is by exposing yourself with practice. So I should practice getting married. The other one, he's like, you can't practice getting married. Like, you either get married or you don't. Like, it's a legally binding contract. You can't just pretend to get married. And he's like, yeah, we can. We're in Las Vegas. And the other one's like, you do realize that even though we're in Las Vegas, like, these are legally binding marriages. And he's like, well, not if we don't sign the paperwork. And the other one's like, you might be right about that. So they go to a chapel, fake get married. So now they're faking being married. Oh, you know when you have lip gloss on and lip gloss just like attracts hair? That's what's happening here right now. Anyways, something happened last night. I don't remember the entire premise, but he ended up getting approached by one of the other guys, and he got basically propositioned for that guy to pretend to be his boyfriend. And he was like, how do I tell my fake husband that I have a fake boyfriend? That is just so silly to me. This book is so silly, but it's also like actually not bad. And it's like literally the only thing that's made me happy with reading in the last week, at least. So I can't complain. Anyway, I'm gonna go into Bath & Body Works and I will show you a soap haul when I get home. Okay, bye. It's literally so hot, and there's a guy across from me, probably not paying any attention to me. He's definitely not paying attention to me, but it still feels really awkward to film when there's somebody near watching. Anyways, I am back from Bath & Body Works. I am blushing. The girl that handed me my order said I was so pretty. Guys, that literally does not ever happen to me. People do not ever hit on me, tell me that I look cute. Okay, never is a strong word. Rarely. Because usually I look like a potato. Today I at least decided to fill in my eyebrows before I left the house and put on some moisturizer and sweat. That's so sweet. Girls are so sweet. I love girls. I love girls literally so much. Okay, anyway, let's drive to the dispensary. Actually just realized that will actually probably be my last time at this particular dispensary because we don't really have any reason to come back here on Friday. We are moving next Saturday and it is Sunday, so I don't think we are going to need additional medicine by the end of this upcoming week. So this will probably be my last time at this dispensary. And like all week I've been thinking about how, oh, this is the last time I'm gonna do this. Like today I was like, oh, this is the last morning I get to sleep in at this apartment, or last night was the last weekend night that we're gonna spend at this apartment. Sad. Anyways, side note, while I was at Bath & Body Works and I was waiting on my order, the girl that originally helped me, not the girl who complimented me, but the girl who originally helped me, while I was standing there waiting, she was like, spray something new while you're waiting. And I was just like, I don't really want to, but okay, especially because I was standing near the Japanese cherry blossom scent, which is not my favorite. A new scent called Fresh Cherry Blossom, I think. I sprayed the actual perfume and I already had perfume on, so it might just be the layering effect, but this shit smells really good. And I keep being like, no wait, that smells really good. So now I'm conflicted. Now I want to like buy that perfume. I also just realized that I should probably go to the grocery store while I'm out, because we have eaten out possibly Friday for lunch, Friday for dinner. I ate out yesterday for lunch and yesterday for dinner. So like possibly 4 meals in a row. Ooh. Did make brunch at home today, but I had bacon, so still really bad. I need to go to the grocery store. I gotta go to Publix because I gotta get some veggies, and they don't have said veggies that I need that are good at Walmart. So to Publix we go. Sorry, I'm in the middle of driving but listening to this book, and I literally knew this was gonna happen. You know how I told you that the idiot was like, oh, we should get married for jokesies. There's no way it's legal if we don't sign the paperwork. I was like, yeah, they're gonna get roped into an actual marriage and not fucking realize it. And that's exactly what just happened. And oh, it's honestly, I've never seen this particular variation of this trope, and I kind of love it. You know what I also just realized? We need more masking tape because I used all of it yesterday. So I'm gonna stop by the Dollar Tree, which happens to be right next to Goodwill. So I'm gonna pop into Goodwill and look at the books. Just for shits and giggles. This Goodwill, I think, unfortunately, either doesn't have a book section at all, or it's like really small and really shitty. So that sucks. But we will see what they have nonetheless. Okay, so that was abysmal. Like I said before I went in, I know that this Goodwill like either has a really small book section or they don't have one at all. Yeah, they don't have one at all, but they had like maybe 20 books sitting on an end cap. Anyways, I'm gonna go to Publix. I'll see you there. Hi, Ruby. I'm so winded. Un memento. Quick little haul before I put all this stuff away. As you just saw, I picked up my sushi. Last vlog, I got this exact sushi. And I was like upset because this is the only one they had. They didn't have the regular one that we get. Ace and I got the regular one like a week or two ago. Tell me why I was like, I don't actually like this. I don't really like this one. I actually like the other one. What's the difference? And he was like, the only difference is all the crunchy stuff on top. And I was like, there's no way, because this one tastes way better. Anyway, they had this one, so I got that today. Got a rotisserie, so dinner is easy tonight. So what we're gonna have for dinner is rotisserie with some salad and some herb chicken couscous. So that'll be easy. I also got some veggies for the rest of the week. So I got some broccoletti, technically broccolini, some green beans. These are literally like the only fresh green beans that I like. Don't know why. And then I also got cauliflower, and I got a sparkling ice. I got my mashed avocado for my crackers. Haven't had that in a hot minute. And I got some bananas to eat with my oatmeal. Then from the dollar store, I got the masking tape I said I went there for. I also picked up some Nerds, because I haven't had regular Nerds. What the fuck is going on with my shirt? Let's pretend that's not happening. So we're at Nerds. Haven't had regular Nerds in like the longest time because, you know, they came out with these like nerd gummy things in the last couple of years. Those fuckers are too delicious. Like literally keep those the fuck away from me because I'll eat the whole bag. I also love banana flavored things, and I found Sour Punch bites that are banana flavored. Can't imagine a sour banana. So very interested to try this. I'm gonna put this away real quick and then I will give you the haul of the other stuff. Okay, so the other stuff that I got while I was out, just in case y'all wanna see a medicinal haul. Midnight snack, mimosa, banana pie, and blueberry runts. Now, Bath & Body Works soap haul. So I like exclusively, sorry, this is really bothering me, so I'm gonna try and just cover it with my awkward hands. I am obsessed with Bath & Body Works' foaming hand soaps. So anytime they go on sale for under $3, I stock up, and that only happens like a few times a year. So I try and get like, you know, a decent amount while I shop. So yesterday I bought 8. I actually just stocked up like semi-recently, but I did buy more. We will now have a second bathroom, so I'm like, I gotta stock 2 bathrooms worth of soap, so girl math. First one I got is Mahogany Teakwood. That's a familiar scent to me. This one is new. This one's called Gingham Gorgeous. I love the regular gingham, but I don't know what the other ones smell like. This one says strawberries, peach, and peony. That smells pretty good. I've only ever had a couple of Bath & Body Works soaps that like didn't work out. I also got Saturday Sunset, Morning Rainstorm. These are also new to me. This one is, whoa, they changed their fragrance. This is like a whole sentence. Dewy raindrops softly fall as citrus rays of sunshine peek through fluffy clouds. That's really dramatic. That smells pretty good. It's like cologne mixed with laundry. Saturday Sunset is golden musk, juicy citrus, and lotus petals. Those smell really similar. Then I also got Sea Salt Cliffs. This one I think is new. This one says it is coastal air, salted driftwood, and whitewater rapids. That one smells very nice. And I got Seaside Sweater. This one I think is also new. Whoa. I should have looked at this one, and had I looked at the fragrance notes, I would have known I wasn't gonna like it. It is creamy vanilla. Vanilla is my least favorite scent, and I actually don't like any like sweet smelling scents, like not floral, but sweet. So vanilla, chocolate, cookies, cake, miss me with that shit. This one is vanilla, amber, and a cozy sweater. Amber is also one of those that I don't really love. This one is rosewood and suede. This one's also new to me. This one says velvet rose, smooth vanilla, and glowing embers. Okay, that one's a little better. Also, every single time I open these, it's dripping all over my fingers. And I'm like, eh. And the last one is a favorite, white tea and sage. Just a really, really pretty bottle. That's my little haul. I am going to put this stuff somewhere else. I guess I'm not gonna put it away because we're about to move. So I'm gonna put it somewhere and wash my fucking hands. And then I'm gonna sit and eat some sushi because Ace is gonna be gone for quite some time, and I didn't really think about that when I ate earlier. So it's 6:30 now. I think I ate around like 1:30 or something because, oh my God. Can we just have a chat real quick? Can we just have a chat? How do you guys stop hanging out with your favorite person? That's what I would like to know. Literally, how do you stop hanging out with your favorite person? Asen and I have been together for 4.5 years. In those 4.5 years, we have tried so hard to stick to a bedtime schedule, and it literally never works because we just literally love hanging out with each other. That didn't occur to me until recently that like that's why we can't get our bedtime situation worked out. So last night, well, yesterday, let me start over. Yesterday, he was gone practically all day because he took his mom to the new apartment. She offered to clean it, so they cleaned it together. He showed her around. He didn't get home until midnight. because the new apartment's an hour and a half away. So they had to drive an hour, or he had to drive 30 minutes to pick her up, drive an hour and a half to the new apartment, do what they did there. They stopped at Buc-ee's on the way home. She's never been to Buc-ee's, so that was a whole thing. If you know, you know. Then they drove an hour and a half back to his mom's house. He dropped her off, and then he had to drive 30 minutes back here. So anyway, he didn't get home until midnight, and that was like the only time that we spent together yesterday. We didn't go to sleep until 5 o'clock this morning. Yeah, when I said in my last vlog that sometimes I am awake until 4:30, I was literally not fucking kidding. We're both night owls, and Ace really struggles with insomnia, so terrible combination. So yeah, I didn't wake up until like almost noon today, so I didn't eat anything until about 1:30. That's what I'm getting at. But I'm realizing now that like he's gonna be gone probably until like at least 9:30. I personally usually like can't eat dinner unless I'm eating it with him. Like I will wait until he gets home to eat dinner with him. When I say he's my favorite person, I'm not fucking kidding. Anyways, I think I'm gonna eat. When I get done eating, depending on the vibes, I don't know if I really have anything else to do without him, packing wise. Oh no, I do still have some packing to do because I did get more bubble wrap that showed up today, so I do need to finish wrapping my cups and packing those away. But after that, I'm gonna sit and relax and do some reading. So like I was saying, the state of the apartment is a mess right now. The bedroom definitely could be worse. I do still obviously need to pack the rest of the bedroom books. These are my comic books. I have 3 boxes that have already been marked to keep and 3 that I need to go through. But really, I need to go through all of them because I am planning to go sell my other books this week. I need to go through them and make sure the ones I plan to keep, I actually want to keep and all that fun stuff. This is where the chaos starts. When I tell you guys it's pure chaos, it's pure chaos. The bathroom is messy right now because I emptied out, I mean, it's usually messy, but it's messier than usual because I emptied out all of the stuff underneath, and what we need is up here. Everything else is in this box. I don't know why that's there. We have packages in the doorway that are of curtains and whatnot for the new apartment. Books that are going to Goodwill, desk/workstation, clean couch covers, couch obviously, and then the disaster. Oh, hi. That is this general area. Yeah, it's bad. Literally cannot wait for this to be over because living in this kind of chaos actually killing me. Oh, hi. Yeah, no, actually killing me. It's actually probably not going to be a long week. I was going to say it's going to be a long week, but it's actually probably going to go by super quick. Hi, Ruby. Ruby hates living in this chaos too. I'm so sorry, mamas. It'll be over soon. That is the apartment right now. It is Sunday. I think I've already said that. It's Sunday, so I'm going to bring you guys along with me for what is hopefully going to be this entire week. So it'll be Sunday through Friday because we do move on Saturday, and I am making an entirely like separate vlog dedicated to moving. This will be Sunday through Friday. I don't know what order these clips are gonna go in. Let's pretend that this all worked out. So you guys just saw me get home. Oh, hi. You wanted to talk to the people too? Oh, is it because you're hungies? Oh, are you hungies? You want food too? Oh, the baby wants to eat too. Okay. Like I said, I'm gonna feed her real quick. I'm gonna eat some sushi, and then I'm probably gonna relax first because it's already been kind of a long day, even though I've only been awake for like 4 hours. No, that's not math. That's not math, girl. Like 6.5 hours. So I need to go do my leg thingy. My legs feel super swollen. I'm gonna go do that in a little bit after I eat. I've explained this a lot. I'm tired, okay? Obviously, you guys have seen before, when I get tired, words just stop working. Like my brain just short circuits and it just stops working. Can we talk about yesterday real quick? Yesterday was probably one of the like saddest days that I've had in such a long time. I couldn't even tell you what the fucking problem was because Ace wasn't here. Usually, hello? When Ace is not here, I usually am super happy because I am an only child and I am a hyper independent only child and love my alone time. I'm also an introvert and a Scorpio. Okay, horrible combination for like other people basically, because I love my alone time. Typically when Ace has his in office days or days like today where he's going to hang out with his mom for a little bit, I'm super happy. I get to have the place to myself. I can sing, which I don't do around him. It's just nice to recharge by yourself, you know? So yesterday would have been the greatest day to do that because he was gone all day long. And normally it would have been a great day for me to relax, sleep, read my book, do whatever the fuck I wanted, eat whatever the fuck I want. And for some reason, I was so sad. I usually feel guilty that I don't feel lonely, and I often don't miss people. That's sort of not true. I don't miss the people that I am with when they're not around. I don't know why. Anyway, I typically feel really guilty about that like I don't feel lonely. And I usually just chalk it up to I like my alone time. So like when you're gone, like yes, I miss you in a sense, but I'm not like, oh my God, come back because I can't be without you. That's just not me as a person. Sorry, not sorry. But yesterday I was that bitch. I literally called my boyfriend and was like, I miss you. Please come home. I'm so bored. I don't know what to do without you. I just was not in the mood to read. I got all of the packing stuff that I was tasked with while he was gone done super early. And then I had like 10 hours by myself and I was low-key spiraling about being by myself and it was really weird. I think also like just really sinking in that we're moving and we're moving away from this place and I love this place. I love it. Past tense. I mean, I do still love it. We've obviously like physically grown out of it. We need a bigger space. There are some other issues that are causing us to move that I won't go into right now. But I don't know, it just kind of like really sunk in yesterday that like we're not going to be here anymore. And this place is so special to me. It'll always hold a big place in my heart. And yeah, it's just sad. So I was sad all day. I was lonely for the first time and I can't even tell you when the last time I've ever felt like that. It was a really, really, really weird feeling. What I ended up doing and what kind of made me feel worse initially but ended up making me feel better was I basically spent like the entire day watching YouTube. And like I said, at first it made me feel really sad. Like it really caused me to spiral initially. Because I watch a lot of these girls on YouTube and some of them often have their other book girly friends or just their friends or whatever in their video. And I don't have any actual friends at the moment. And it made me really, 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 really fucking sad that when Ace is not here, I don't have anyone else literally besides my parents to talk to. So it just kind of like really sunk in that like without him I literally don't have anybody. And that's really sad. I've spent the last few years really like working on myself, cut out pretty much every person that was in my life because I didn't have anybody in my life who was good besides my partner. And then before that, I had a really toxic partner. So I had a toxic partner, toxic best friend, a toxic job, another toxic best friend, and it caused me to So left my partner at the time, met Ace a few months later. Over like the following 2 years, I started realizing like, oh, everything else in my life is toxic. So I left my toxic job. I separated from multiple toxic friendships and I was left with no one. Anyway, then I wasn't a good person. I didn't like who I was during that time either. It was really hard for me to think about attempting to bring other people into my life because I didn't like who I was. So I didn't want anyone else to deal with that version of myself besides my partner. And thank God he stuck around because I was literally awful. I was also going through like starting therapy for the first time and being on antidepressants and anti-anxieties for the first time, and then went on a really up and down spiral for 2 years during that, and then decided to wean myself off of it randomly, and that was a time. And then I had surgery, and it was a lot for a couple of years. I was really, really like totally losing myself. And then like I mentioned in my last vlog, I got let go. I keep saying let go, I mean laid off. I got laid off because my job was like, we literally can't afford to hire you anymore. So bye. That was literally like the best thing that ever happened to me. It obviously wouldn't have been the best thing that ever happened to me if I didn't find a job shortly thereafter, but I did, thank God. It's been the best 14 months of like my entire adult life. That's been amazing. I have had so much time to work on myself. Now I am finally at the point where I love myself again. I know that I'm a work in progress, but I'm so much better than I was 2, 3, 4 years ago. And I want to share my life with other people. I want other people in my life. This is gonna make me fucking cry. Anyways, I was watching YouTube yesterday. I got super fucking sad about how I don't have any friends. Then I just kept watching my favorite people on YouTube, and it felt almost like I had friends. And then the feeling kind of passed. I mean, I obviously still feel this way, but it was like overwhelmingly like, in the moment. Anyway, just wanted to share that with you. I'm gonna go back to watching my favorite person on YouTube right now, which is Sarah. Same person I mentioned in the last video. I don't know, I just literally am obsessed with her, and I actually can't get enough, and I am blowing through her entire backlog of videos so fast that I'm like this close to not having any more videos to watch, and it's actually stressing me out. But I was really happy this morning because I was watching her newest video. She didn't shout me out specifically, but she mentioned the suggestion that I commented on her last video because she was complaining about getting headaches from blue light and how to like curb that. Because I used to work for Apple, so I know a lot more than the average person about Apple products, and Apple products have a really specific thing. I mean, most electronics nowadays, especially if it has a screen, has a blue light filter situation so that you can turn down the blue light on your phone. If you do not know, blue light is horrific for your eyesight, for your brain, so on and so forth. It is in your TVs, it is in your phones, your tablets, some light bulbs. It's fucking horrible. And I actually can't stand blue light. Like, just in general, I don't like how it looks aesthetically, but it also like instantaneously gives me a headache. So if you didn't know, on Apple products, there is a setting called night shift. You can basically like warm the tone of your screen away from blue to warm, and you can, you know, set it to however you want it to be, as drastic as you want it to be. Then it has you set a schedule. So I have my schedule set from 12 a.m. to 11:59 p.m. because you can't select it all day, which is fucking stupid. Hello, Apple, that is so stupid. So yeah, I told her about that, and she said something about it in her video this morning, and I was like, hee hee, I'm so happy it worked for you. She was also complaining in the last video that her eye was twitching, complained about it again in this video, and I was like, hey, typically the reason why eyes are twitching is because of a potassium deficiency, so like maybe go have a banana, see if that helps. And she was like, oh my god, I just stopped taking a supplement that had potassium in it, like maybe that's why, OMG. And I'm like, please be my best friend. I literally live, laugh, love you, please. Anyway, I'm gonna go back to watching Sarah and eat my food. Okay, so I lied. I have to take Miss Ruby potty real quick, and then I am going to relax and do some reading. Fat girlfriend check. Let's go walkies. So Ruby and I are back from our walk. I'm in my leg thing. I'm gonna go back to listening to my audiobook. So I unfortunately can't really show that to you guys. I think the books are on Kindle though, so hang on. I was just returning some things on Kindle Unlimited because I DNF'd 2 books last week. One of them was called The Slow Burn, and the only reason why I even picked it up is because it had the audiobook on Kindle, and I was thinking that I was in the mood for something just like basic contemporary. I listened to like half of it, could actually not tell you what fucking happened, and could not care less. So DNF'd it. Then I started reading Whispers of the Deep, I think is what it's called, by Emma Hamm. Got like 60% through it, and it was just so boring that I could not bring myself to finish it. I could actually not care less about the characters and the things that were happening. It was just not a fun time. And like I said earlier, then I picked up Egotistical Puck Boy, and just like that, my love of reading is back over something so silly. Now I'm reading the second book. This one is called Irresponsible Puck Boy, and they are all on Kindle Unlimited. This is like a 10-book series. So I'm in the middle of reading this one. Loving it, actually. I am going to go back to reading that. And if anything crazy happens between now and then, I will update you guys. Otherwise, also peep my bedtime snack. I actually don't know that I will update you guys because this will be my first time doing like a full week vlog, and as you guys know, I'm a yapper. So we could easily spend like 30 minutes a day at least of footage, and I only have what, like 10 minutes max a day basically that I can show you guys. I'll just catch up with you all tomorrow. Ace will be home in a little bit anyways, so I'm gonna just read until he gets back home, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Oh my god, guys. Literally kicking my feet and giggling. Oh my god. The tension in this book and the pining because the other best friend has been in love with the idiot for so long, and now they're real married, and the other one is like the idiot. He's trying to figure out, I hate that I keep calling him that. His name is Dax. Dax is now like, I mean, he's kind of been struggling with like trying to figure out his sexuality, and he loves, what is the other guy's name? Hang on. Okay, sorry. It's Dax and Trip. So Dax is the idiot one. Trip is the one that's been in love with Dax the entire time. Obviously, like, we know how Trip feels. So like, he's been pining after Dax this entire time. But Dax, he loves Trip because he's his best friend. But like, he obviously loves him more than that. He just hasn't realized it yet because he's an idiot. Which just makes it so silly, and I love it. Oh my goodness. But they just had to like essentially have like a press conference basically about their marriage to convince everybody that it was real, because they did tell the coach and everything that it's fake, and you know, we accidentally got real married, whoopsies. And so the PR team was pretty much like, okay, well, you have to be married for at least a year, and then if you want to get divorced, then get divorced, but like for the next year you have to pretend to be in love with each other. They just went out to a club together. Oh, blushing, giggling, kicking my feet. This is why I love reading. I am literally like in tears because I just love boys so much. BL is literally one of my favorite things in the entire world, and this one is done so well. And also the boys who are the narrators in the audiobooks are the same, or at least one of them. It's Iggy Toma and somebody else, but Iggy Toma is the one who also does the audiobooks for the SCU hockey series that I loved earlier this year. I love him so much. Okay. I just got off work and I have been very busy already today, just trying to prepare for the move. One of the most important things I had to do today / this week is I had to sort through all 6 boxes of my comics, which is like $900, and basically add whatever wasn't already logged in Comic Book Realm and add it there, and then also just generally look through it all, see if there was anything that's in my keep boxes that I didn't want, if there's anything in my not keep boxes that I did want, and then also to pick out anything that was essentially worth more than like $10 or $15. I ended up having about 30 books that were worth more than $10 or $15, and I have a few of them that are worth like 40 or 50 bucks. Everything else is maybe like $15 or $20, but those 30 books alone are worth $650. The other 800 plus books that I have, I'll be selling about 450, 500 of those. And I am going to go on Wednesday to a local shop called Blackbird. They are the only local comic book store that I have heard about that is interested in independent comics, which is what most of my collection is. If you don't know literally anything about comic books, I'm sure you obviously have heard of Marvel and then also DC. Those are the two top publishers for comic books. Anything else that is not Marvel or DC is under an umbrella called independent comics. That includes brands like Image, Dark Horse, Action, Kaboom, Boom, so on and so forth. Most of my comic collection is Image and Dark Horse. I do have Marvel and DC, but it's just that most of them are independent comics. There's not a lot of shops that are looking for indie comics, especially ones that are from the era that I have mine from, which is about 2013 to 2020. Anyways, I found Blackbird. They seem interested, so I am going to go see them on Wednesday and see what they will offer me for my collection. Because if you guys didn't know, moving is so horrifically expensive. It's cost us nearly 10 grand to be able to move, and that is between finding the new place, a deposit, first month's rent, pet deposit, movers, which is over $1,500, paying for a cleaning service to clean out the current apartment because that's required by my lease, buying about $700 worth of curtains just for the new place, because one thing that we love, the thing that basically sold us on this new apartment, is we have a like 20 by 8 sunroom, also known as a Florida room. It's basically just a room full of windows. And I didn't think, not that it matters, but I didn't think about it when we first looked at it and then agreed to live there, that those windows were not covered. And we would then have to pay to cover those windows. So yeah, $700 worth of curtains. It's kind of a nightmare. And then also, I don't know, I have a spreadsheet. That's how many things that needed to happen. It's just a lot. Anyways, I don't remember why I'm telling you about this. Oh, moving is horrifically expensive. So I need to kind of try to recoup some of this money by selling some things that we don't need, that I don't want. And I happen to have about 500 comic books that I have no interest in keeping. So we got this new guy at work today and I'm doing his onboarding paperwork, and under pronouns, I don't even know how he did this. I didn't know you could make a custom one, but it has things like she, hers, hers, he, him, his, they, them, theirs, and then he put just use Dave. Okay. That is actually hilarious. Anyways, I did not grab my computer to continue working off the clock. I grabbed my computer. It's a sleepy bean. I grabbed my computer so that I could transfer some stuff from my computer to my external hard drive, because I am like racking up the storage on my computer really quick and I need to move some stuff over. I don't know how many of you experienced this, but in 2020 and 2021, like well after COVID, like once people realized like, oh, COVID is not going away, it obviously hit the music industry really hard, especially like bands who rely on being able to go on tour to make money because live music got canceled. So fun fact, literally the week before the entire country shut down in March because of COVID, the very tail end of February of 2020 was the last time that I went to a live show concert to see the Wonder Years. Literally, I think it was our date, and then they had one more date after that, and then the rest of the tour got canceled. That was wild. But it took everybody kind of a while to figure out like what to do after that. And what a lot of bands ended up doing is, including the Wonder Years, especially because people had obviously already bought tickets. My partner at the time, his brother bought tickets for the Philadelphia show and ended up not being able to go. And he was so heartbroken. What they ended up doing for everybody, including obviously the people who didn't get to go to their live show, is they put on a special live stream show where they played like the entire set that they were going to play at that show, as well as like just some additional stuff. That was amazing. And then a lot of bands started kind of like following suit. Not that the Wonder Years like was the cornerstone of that, but there was just a lot of bands who were doing the same thing at the time. State Champs was one of them. So that video I was just looking at was the live stream of the State Champs show. I have the entire thing recorded, which is awesome. Anyways, while I'm doing this, I am going to go back to reading, and I need my phone because I'm going to listen to the audiobook. So I will catch up with you guys in a little bit. It is Tuesday. I know it looks like I just woke up. I didn't. It's 12:15. I'm sure you could probably tell my eyes are so swollen. You see how swollen my eyelids are? Yeah, that's from sobbing for 2 straight hours last night. Something a lot of people don't seem to talk about on the internet is the downsides to things. Last night was just a hard one for me. So cried a lot, now my face is swollen, but I have some work to get done today. I have a book to finish later. I finished the book that I was reading yesterday, which was Irresponsible Puckboy. It was actually really good. I'm not gonna lie, guys, that book had me kicking my feet and giggling the entire time. It was actually super fucking cute. However, when I got done reading it and I saw who the next book is about, I was like, I don't really think I want that right now. So I put the series down for a minute and decided to go on to something else. I wanted to take a break from that series, so I did move back to JJ Mulder. She has a series that came before her SCU hockey series, and I started that. However, I don't know how I feel about it. I think I'm already like 70% through it, and I was listening to it like the entire time that I was having my mental breakdown last night, so not too sure how I'm gonna feel about it. Obviously, I'm not going to blame the book for how I'm feeling personally, but it may be a little difficult to figure out if I actually like this book or not. You know, one thing irritated me almost immediately, because I have already read the SCU hockey series, or most of it. The very first book in that series, the dynamic between the two characters is they end up becoming roommates, and that's how their romance starts. The plot of the first book in the first series, I shit you not, is exactly the same. I was like, what do you mean they became roommates under weird circumstances and now they're falling in love? I get that that's kind of a broad trope, but when you only have like 7 books, why would you make... You could have even swapped up the books and it wouldn't have been so weird. Like if this was a plot of book 3 in this series and was also the plot of book 1 in the other series, like whatever, but you made book 1 of each series the same plot. Why? If I get to book 2 in this series and it has the same plot as book 2 in the SCU series, I'm gonna be really irritated. Just how I'm feeling about it right now. But anyways, I have some work to do, so I am going to do that. And then I don't know what else I'm doing today. Probably just gonna fucking relax because clearly I need it.
To grow, always remember that you are not the victim. Life is happening for me, not to me. Every challenge is a way to grow more as a person. Every challenge helps build character. Period. Tomorrow will be a better day.
I'm not having a good day today, guys. As she was just saying in her video, life is not always good. And I too would like to be more open with you guys and show you the realer side of life, because it happens. Like I mentioned earlier, I was really not having a fun time last night and had like a full-blown emotional breakdown and really thought I was gonna be over it this morning. And then, because last night was very emotionally damaging, I went to bed super late. I woke up super late this morning. Really upset about that with myself. Thought I was over it. Was really frustrated when I woke up this morning. Kind of started my day off poorly. Tried to get over it. Had some work to do. That distracted me. Ace came in here right before his lunch break asking me what we were going to do for lunch, which I had a breakdown like 2 weeks ago, I think. I don't think it was last week. I'm pretty sure it was 2 weeks ago, but it might have been last week. But I had this breakdown about like, oh my God, I'm doing everything by myself, because a lot of the times I am, to be honest, because even though I have a job and I am working throughout the day, I'm obviously not like really working like super hard like a regular person would do at their job, and Ace is. So we kind of have this unspoken rule that he works a normal 40-hour job and pays rent, and I do most of everything else to make up for it. He does help sometimes, but it's not always, and sometimes it's not enough. Last week, I just broke down about it and was freaking out about having to do the dishes and having to do laundry and just having to do all the things. We got past that. I was able to like realize and take a step back that like, okay, in a normal situation, I probably wouldn't feel this way. I'm just having one of those days where I'm just really overwhelmed by literally everything. And apparently today is going to be the same way. So when I had that breakdown a couple of weeks ago, one of the things that I was freaking out about in the moment was having to figure out what he's going to eat for lunch, because since he's home a lot of the time, he assumes and wants us to eat lunch together, which is fine. That's a totally normal thing. I don't blame him for assuming that or wanting that, but it does sometimes put a burden on me because I already have a hard enough time trying to feed myself and figuring out what I'm going to eat, much less having to worry about a whole other person to worry about. So I told him that day, please, for the love of fucking God, will you just figure out what you will eat for lunch by yourself? And he did not do that today. He put the burden on me to figure out what we were doing for lunch. I was really frustrated because he has lunch here. He has lunch that I had yesterday that he did not eat yesterday. So he has that to eat today. Then he was pressuring me about figuring out what I need to eat because I haven't even eaten today. I didn't have my breakfast this morning because I woke up too late. Anyway, super broke, had to go to the grocery store. Being broke is something that's really triggering for me and just kind of keeps happening because of my job situation. So like my job is sufficient, but it gives us nothing extra. So if I buy anything extra, which I have this week, then that leaves me with nothing. So you would think going through this perpetually week after week after week after week after week would help me figure out how to spend money better, and it just simply hasn't. Figure it out one day. But anyways, I came home. I had to do a lot of things in a really short amount of time. It was freaking me the fuck out. So like I had to prep dinner for tonight, which was just marinating chicken, but still had to marinate chicken. I had to make my own lunch. I had to make Ruby lunch. Ruby has been, I don't know if our stress is passing to her or if she's going through something on her own or both. I don't know, but she's been really like reluctant to take walks, to go potty sometimes. She's not eating on her own at the moment. So like for the last 2 weeks, I've basically had to like, for like 75% of her meals, I've had to add something to it to get her to eat it, or put it in the palm of my hand so she'll eat it. It's really frustrating. Anyway, so I did those things. Got the chicken marinated, gave Ruby her food. Ruby is refusing to eat her food. I finished making my lunch, which I was just gonna have a grilled cheese and soup because we already had soup. We already had cheese. I just had to buy bread. That was something cheap I could do for lunch. Made all of it, and as soon as I like grabbed my soup out of the microwave and went to go put it on the counter, something happened where like my hand slipped and I tried to grab the bowl, and instead of grabbing it, my hand went into the bowl, which was hot. So I yanked my hand out, the bowl fell over. Long story short, tomato soup went literally all over my kitchen, all over my rug, all over the floor, all over the counter, all over the cabinets, from the beginning to the end of the kitchen. And I literally screamed, ran into the laundry room, slammed the door. At the same time, Ace was like using the bathroom, coming back out of the bathroom to go back to work, sees me having this fucking meltdown and hears me screaming and is like, oh my God, what is going on? Tries to help me. And I'm just like, will you just go back to work? Like, you're literally going to be late for work because you're trying to help me. And like, I get that you're trying to help me. And obviously I appreciate that you're trying to help me, but like, now is not the fucking time. Like, I'm having a breakdown. You being 5 minutes late for work is going to hurt us more than it's going to help me right now. Like, just go back to work. Leave me be. I'm obviously having a fucking hard time. Nothing that you're going to do is going to help me right now. I'm sorry. So here we are. It's just one of those days. It feels like it's going to be one of those weeks. We'd like to enjoy my last week here, and instead it seems like everything that could go wrong is going wrong, and I'm having a lot of emotions that aren't, like, when I think about it, I'm not like connecting the dots, you know, like it's not like, oh, I'm having this breakdown and then I can look inside my brain and go, oh, well, you're upset about leaving this apartment. The dots aren't there for me to connect. My brain isn't telling me that I'm upset about leaving this place, but I feel like that has to be the reason for this emotional breakdown, you know. Anyways, I'm gonna go. Sorry for being this way, guys, but figured it would be helpful for somebody to see that life is not always perfect. Even though good things are happening, things are not always happy. It's a little bit later, feeling a little bit better, less literally like I'm about to cry every 3 seconds. Having a moment. But I just ran to Target to pick up a drive-up order. Yesterday I had some store credit because of something that my mom had to buy over the weekend, so I ended up picking up Starside by Alex Astor and just refilled on my coffee. She's so tired. And also got some replacement light bulbs for our bathroom because right now we have app connected light bulbs in the bathroom, which we're taking with us. So I needed to rebuy some regular light bulbs to put in the bathroom. That's where we are right now. I am gonna go inside and try and edit the first couple of days of this vlog to go ahead and get that out of the way because it is quite a lot of footage to sift through, and I will catch up with you guys in a little bit if there's anything exciting happening. This is how Ruby sits on me in the car, by the way. Like, literally anytime we go anywhere, she literally gets in the car, she sits on my lap, and then she turns around and just puts herself here. It's my little munchkin.
Troy Siebel left an impression on me.
Different several places you can start, and I have my thoughts for each of them. I'll think of Frankie is so right. They never do have anything that talks to me. Yeah.
So we are getting one of our favorite places to eat, and this is the last time we're ever gonna be here probably, and it's so So incredibly sad. This my man's, get my food. And my little kiddo is absolutely tuckered out. It is Friday. I am so sorry. I have been an absolutely terrible vlogger this week. What's new? It's been a really rough week, guys. I was really not expecting this week to be as stressful as it has been, and it's been just literally the week from hell. I'm being a little bit dramatic, but it has been a rough week for me personally. My mental health has been all over the place, as you guys saw in earlier clips. It's better now. I think this move is just difficult for so many reasons, and it just is all kind of really catching up to me because I've been really trying to put it out of my mind and not process what's going on, because it is difficult for me mentally to move away from this place, to not only move somewhere with Ace that's just for us, because I had this apartment before Ace and I got together for almost 4 years. This was my apartment. It became our apartment, but it's never really been ours. That in of itself is going to be different, much less the fact that we are moving somewhere totally new, as far as like, you know, we're moving out of Orlando, which has been the place that I've lived for the last 11 or 12 years. That's scary, but anyways, my mental health has been all over the place. It's a little bit better now. My physical health has also been bad this week, or not as bad as it could be, but also not super great. Typically when I get overly stressed, like most people who have any sort of chronic illness, it makes all the symptoms of my chronic illness come out. So my stomach's been really messed up all week. My legs have been in pain, swollen, achy, you name it. It's just been a rough week. Anyways, it is Friday. We are like 90% packed, but we still have just a few things to still do tonight as well as tomorrow morning, but we're getting there. And it is the final day before we move. So it's about 1 o'clock. I'm about to go pick Ace and I up some lunch, and yeah, I guess I'll chat with you when I chat with you. The people in my K-drama finally kissed. Oh my god.
Rude, right?
Chaos.
If you don't slow down, you'll have met all of them in a month and you won't be able to get back in. But you see, I feel like I was born for this stuff. That's good to hear.